All right, folks, this is Harris Sultan, and let me be the bearer of good news in these dark times for the good people of the United Kingdom, Australia, and all the freedom-loving people all around the world. Yes, I did practice that. How was my delivery? Anyway, good news. But before I give you that good news, let me give you a bit of context. You know how there is a certain culture that loves to intimidate and provoke no matter where they go. And they feel that it is their religious duty to do that because they are very dogmatic and radical in their beliefs. Let me show you an example. Look at this. It is noise pollution at best and cultural destruction at worst. And we know why Muslims do it. They love to do it all around the world. Let me show you some more examples. This is Tower Bridge. This is Parliament Square. But first, a message from my sponsor. McKinsey says AI will pump 13 trillion into the global economy by 2030. But here's the catch. 375 million people will need to switch careers, and the new jobs will be packed with AI. That's why you don't want to miss out. That's why this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Outskill is running its 2-day AI mastermind, already attended by over 4 million people worldwide. In just 16 hours, you'll go from AI Rookie to AI Pro, mastering prompt engineering, the top 10 plus AI tools, AI in Excel and presentations, building AI agents, automating workflows, and even creating your own AI-powered apps and websites. Yes, that's how easy everything is these days, but with AI. It doesn't matter if you're in HR, marketing, sales, ops, running a business, or freelancing like myself. People from every background have shown up and absolutely loved it. Watch what past attendees have to say.
You have done an amazing job. You should be proud. You thoroughly over-delivered.
Hey, this was mind-blowing.
So I had an amazing session. Last 2 days, I was hooked to my screen.
The lovely, really amazing 2 days.
Amazing, really great, like just hopefully life-changing.
Stood out is the energy you guys kept.
It was absolutely fantastic, very smooth.
It's been a really great session.
And if you sign up now, you get $5,000 worth of bonuses, including the 3,000 plus prompt Bible on day 1, the AI money-making roadmap on day 2, and your own personalized AI toolkit builder. Seats are free for the next 72 hours, but only 1,000 spots are available. Links in the description. Well, let's get to today's video. I remember the movie Independence Day where Jeff Goldblum's character says about the aliens that they love to get the landmarks.
They like to get the landmarks.
It's the same with Muslims. Why do they always target the landmarks? It's because they're telling you that we are here. And look, Islam has made a home in the heart of infidels. That's why they love to do it. And they don't reciprocate. They don't let you do the same in the UAE or Saudi Arabia or Pakistan, Bangladesh. They don't let you preach Christianity or Hinduism there. But you can't really blame them because they are true to their belief system. They genuinely believe that their religion is the one true religion and they are doing God's work. Just that liberal and freedom-loving people of the world, they can see that this is a very primitive, barbaric culture and we cannot allow it to flourish. But you can't really blame them. But if you do want to blame someone, then you have your woke politicians to blame because they are so blinded by their understanding of liberalism and tolerance that they can't see that they're signing their own death warrants. All these displays of Islamism are done by the approval of local councils and local politicians. Why? Why are you doing it? Well, again, as I said, these politicians have zero understanding of Islam, but they have a very good understanding of their own liberal worldview, and they think that what they're doing is a service to liberalism. So that was a context part, but let's come to the good news. I promise you there's good news. So Lakemba is a suburb of Sydney, which houses probably the largest Muslim population in Australia. And just like everywhere else, wherever they form a majority, they tend to impose their own rules and laws and values on the rest of the public. So they did the same thing. They said, well, this is a majority Muslim suburb. Therefore, we should be allowed to blare these shrieking noises that you just heard, which are awful for your ear health. They want to blare these over loudspeakers in all directions. So everyone has to hear it 5 times a day, starting from 5 a.m. and going as late as 8:30 p.m. All throughout the day, non-stop. Where did they get this idea from? From the UK. Apparently, there are like 50, 60 mosques in the UK that are allowed to do this. Again, you can't really blame the Muslims. You have to blame the politicians who allowed this in the first place. Sorry, yes, the good news part. However, the Lakemba Council said, no, we're not going to allow this. And guess what Muslims said? They said, this is Islamophobia. As if we don't hear their shrieking noises 5 times a day from 5 a.m. until 8:30 p.m., then apparently we're Islamophobes. Okay, if that's the definition of an Islamophobe, I'm okay with that. They overuse this word so much that it has lost all meaning. People don't care about that anymore. Let me play you a video where they explained it properly.
A $22,000 plan to add 4 new loudspeakers to Sydney's largest mosque has been knocked back by the local council. But the group behind the proposal says the objections are based on Islamophobia, and a new application will therefore be submitted.
And it will be rejected again if the Lakemba Council doesn't give in to pressure from higher up. You know, we do have a very woke Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, who loves to get down on his knees and kiss the ring.
Lakemba Mosque is one of the largest mosques in Australia and is in the same suburb as the nation's biggest food festival, the Lakemba Ramadan Nights. A proposal to install 4 loudspeakers on the mosque's 20-metre-high existing tower has sparked community backlash.
I don't agree that, look, you don't see other churches blaring out all over the suburb.
No.
So why should they be given
Exactly.
consideration in that way?
Look, it depends, because at the end of the day, people can understand that, you know, it's not just Muslims living here. Look, honestly, I think it's a good idea, but just depends on the loudness. It's also the same as when the church bell rings as well in the morning.
At an estimated cost of $22,000.
And this is a false comparison. I'm sorry. Church bells are melodious. They don't bust your eardrums. What I played at the start, which I am really not willing to play again and torture your ears, there's no comparison. Besides, it's a secular country, but it has majority Christians. Just like you would not allow church bells to ring out in Pakistan, Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia, fine, that's okay. You have your right. You know, you can do that. But we're not going to let you do that here. Finally, I'm glad someone is starting to show some spine. I have more good news. So if you don't go away yet, I have more good news to share.
$1,600.
Some might say even better.
The new speakers would play the Islamic call to prayer for up to 15 minutes every Friday.
I'm not sure how loud it is. I'm not sure.
Sorry, I think I said 5 times a day. Okay, no. So, but they always start that way. They always start with Fridays. For 15 minutes, you have to hear that. Oh, geez. You know what's going to happen to the property prices there? The property market is going to crash. And this is how they actually build ghettos, because all the non-Muslims who live there leave. And then more Muslims will come over there because they're like, oh, yeah, this is like a mini Islamabad that we've created in the heart of Sydney. And that's how you create ghettos. We still don't have East London style or Bradford or Manchester style Muslim ghettos yet. We do have some suburbs that have a higher concentration of Muslim population. And our Muslim population is mostly Lebanese. So they're actually not as bad as, you know, some Muslims from Bangladesh or Pakistan. But having said that, though, you should never allow ghettoization. But if you give them these special privileges, then you are creating a ghetto.
Frequency of it. My understanding was that it reasonably limited on a Friday afternoon. Perhaps there's some kind of compromise that can be broken where the call to prayer can take place.
No.
The Canterbury-Bankstown Council has refused the development application. The proposal was open for public feedback from March 19 to April 8. Of the 329
This is a reason enough not to allow this.
29 submissions received, all but one objected the proposal. The council says the objections related to noise impacts, the development being above the maximum building height, the setting of a precedent, reduction in property values, and various religious concerns.
Good.
The Lebanese Muslim Association secretary has told Sky News the group is taking council feedback on board, but will be going ahead with an amended development proposal.
You have to push back. These people, they don't give up easily. Anyway, more good news. So it's not just a tiny council in Sydney that is taking a stand. Spain, of all countries, Spain, Ireland, these are some really, really woke countries. But Spain, if you guys remember, a few weeks ago, some Moroccan thugs beat up a Spanish pensioner. And that caused some riots and people got angry. And because these things are happening a lot more frequently, that's why people are becoming more and more nationalists, culturalist. Apparently, the UK Home Office has put this movement of cultural nationalism as a form of terrorism, by the way. So if you call yourself, I'm proud to be British, I want to protect British values, Australian values, that is cultural nationalism, and it could be perceived as terrorism. That's what's coming your way, guys. But it's not working because people are fighting back. Look at this. Madrid. Cultural Diversity Festival ban is ideological, its organizers claim. So Madrid City Council, Madrid, one of the biggest woke cities in the world, Madrid City Council has banned a festival celebrating cultural diversity because people are saying we've had enough. Enough of this cultural diversity bullshit. Claiming that it may lead to public disorder and complaints about noise from residents. But in this case, not out of the goodness of Madrid City Council's heart, it's because they are worried that people will have something to say about this. People will rise up and get upset. The Copula Se Mueve festival has been held without incident in previous years, in their woke years. Josias Ndanga, president of the association, insists the claims are an excuse, saying we are convinced we are being discriminated against on ideological grounds. Yes, every country has to protect its own cultural identity, or else lose it. Lose it to who? Not some more enlightened cultures. Lose your identity to more radical, barbaric, primitive ideologies like Islamism. Sorry to say that. Actually, no, I'm not sorry to say that. Anyway, so that's this Madrid City Council. But remember the story that I told you about a Spanish pensioner getting beat up by Moroccan migrants? Yeah, in relation to that, the move comes just days after the conservative local authority in Jumilla in southeast Spain banned Muslims, not Hindus, no one else. See, Madrid has banned it for everyone. They have banned celebrating cultural diversity, which includes pretty much everyone. But Jumilla in southeast Spain banned Muslims from using public facilities to celebrate religious festivals like Eid, Ramadan, the usual Muslim stuff that Muslims like to do. A decision that has been widely condemned by political opponents, Muslim organizations, and even the Catholic Church. What's wrong with the Catholic Church? Oh, God. The church has totally lost it. The church is totally disconnected with reality. So it's happening, guys. The world is taking a right turn. It was always going to happen. I told you, the greatest civilization humanity has ever come up with is not just going to roll over and die and give the keys to a primitive, barbaric, medieval culture. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So are you happy? I did bring you some good news. And something tells me that the road ahead is tough, but we haven't lost yet. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and if you'd like to support this channel, then you can be my patron by going to patreon.com/Harris Sultan, or you can simply go to buymeacoffee.com/Harris Sultan. Until next time, ta-da.